So we'll take the same parameters, we'll look at the same bot, but we'll change the strategy from being sliding blockchain, from being moving average to a sliding blockchain, which is the new one. And that is already live for the VIP Plus members. Let's get back for a second to the bot settings, and let's change. So I'm going to change this here from moving average to sliding blockchain. And we'll remove all of these covers so that we have only 1 or 2 covers and show you how it works. We will take the same settings. The only thing that will change here is that the sliding block, we're changing the strategy from being sliding blockchain to, from being moving average to sliding blockchain. We have a lot of covers here. Let's get back to that. So the change that we are seeing here, first of all, I don't have independent covers or average covers anymore. I have only one take profit parameter, and I'm going to change on this. I'm going to take this, the EazyBot is already off, and we'll make this also 5%. I'll keep the retracement at 1% so that we understand. And let me just delete all of these covers, because in the sliding blockchain default we have more than 90 covers. Okay, perfect. So now I'll remove the cover completely and see if I don't have any covers, I only have initial buy, how is it going to be behaving? And I'll make this 10% just for the sake of example. Okay, so now this is my bot. It's having this coin, the assigned amount is 500 and the initial buy is 10%, and I don't have any cover. My take profit is 5% and my retracement is 1%. Let's see. Let's go back and check the whiteboard. Okay, so now again we have 2 types of moves. Let's put down the parameters of the bot. Okay, the initial buy was 10% and the take profit is 5%. The retracement is minus 1%. And that's it. I don't have cover 1. Okay, so what will happen here if you deploy this bot? We're going to have 2 possibilities: the price going up or the price going down. Because there are no sideways. Sideways will be having also ups and downs. So let's take if the market goes up. First of all, as soon as I click on save, it's going to be buying. My capital is 500. This is my capital. So as soon as I start this bot, it's going to be buying this coin. It's going to be using 10% of this capital to buy the initial buy. In this case, it's going to be using 50 USDT or $50 to buy the initial buy. And then wait. If the price goes up, then it refers to my take profit parameters. It waits for a rise of 5%. So as long as the price is not exceeding 5%, the bot's not going to do any action. It's going to be just waiting. If it keeps on fluctuating in this place forever, the bot's going to be keeping quiet. It's not going to be buying or selling or doing anything, as long as it's not crossing this take profit. So if it crosses this take profit parameter of 5%, then this is the time where the bot's going to start reacting with that move of the market. So you set the bot to take profit at 5%, but with a retracement of 1%. That means the first criteria is that it comes to 5%, and then the second criteria that it has to go down by minus 1% before it takes this profit. So if the price is going up, it's going to be just following the highest point. The highest point is defined by the highest price feed that we get from the exchange. So if the exchange said now the price is here, then this is saved in the brain of the bot, and then it's waiting for the market price to go below that by 1%. So let's say it went up here, and then from this point it went down by 1%. This is the top point. So here there is 1% drop. Then this is the point where the bot is going to be selling this initial buy and recognizing this profit. And from this point, the bot is going to be buying again at this point, and this will be my 0.0, and then it waits for the upwards movement of 5% before it takes profit. Now, the other scenario that if the price of this coin drops after I bought the initial buy, then if the price goes down, the bot's going to be completely quiet. It's not going to be doing anything. Why? Because I don't have any cover. I haven't set any cover in the system. I only set it with initial buy. That means my bot will only sell if the price of this coin comes back up again here and cross this one by 5%, then it's going to be starting the process of selling and making profit. But if it goes down, then I'm losing all of this movement of the market. Now let's go back to the settings and add a cover and see how the bot is going to be reacting to that. I'm coming to the sliding cover soon. So let's say I added one more cover, and the parameter for the cover or the cover percentage is 7%. That means the price, if the price of this coin drops to 7% from the initial buy price, it's going to react to that. To buy, let's say here, I'm going to make this as 5 times the initial buy. And the pullback is 2%. And the keep profit is 50%. Now let's reflect that on the chart. I'm going to write those parameters here so that we have it in front of our eyes. Okay, so let's add a cover 1 here. So we said cover 1 is with these parameters, cover 1. We have the percentage drop is equal to 7%. And the pullback is 1%. It was 2%, sorry. And what else do we have? And the take profit or the keep profit is 50%. Yeah, that's it. So the times is 5 times. So I need to go back to the whiteboard. Lost it somehow. Can you guys still? Okay, I can see it now. Okay, so these are the parameters of. Okay, so the time set. We got the times equal to 5 times. Okay, so in this case, if the price of this coin start dropping, then the bot is going to be waiting for a drop from the initial buy of 7%. Let's make it down further. Let's say 7%. And this 7% is the distance between the initial buy and where the cover have to be taken, or the action of the bot has to start again. So as long as the bot is just fluctuating, or the price of the this coin is fluctuating between the initial buy and this 7%, and it never touched the 7%, then it's not going to be reacting. It's not going to be doing anything. But these are the settings of the bot. It's like that. Now, let's say it went down and it came to the 7%. Now the bot is ready. The bot is ready to buy again into the market. But it's not going to be buying immediately, because I have a parameter of pullback. It has to pull back by 2% before it takes the action and buy. So as the market's gone down, it's quiet. Let's say it went up by 1%. Then again, it's not going to be buying. It's going to, because my criteria is 2%. Let's say it went up to 1% and went down. It's going to be quiet and quiet and quiet. Let's say it went again up by 1.5%. And then went down. It's not going to be buying yet, because it has to go up by 2% before it buys. This is my reference point now, because this is the lowest point. Let's say it fluctuated here for some time, and then after some time it went up to the 2% from the lowest point. Now here, this is 2%. Now this is the time for the bot to buy again into the market. It could take 1 day, it could take 2 days, it could take 3 days. It depends on the movement and the fluctuation of this coin. So here the bot is going to be buying. How much is going to buy? It's going to be buying 5 times. 5 times of what? Of the initial buy. So in this case, my initial buy is 50 USDT, 50 USDT multiplied by 5, what is that? That's 250. So the bot is going to be sending an order to the exchange to buy again this coin, but not with the same quantity or the same amount. Now I'm going to be using 250 USDT to buy coins at this price, because my setting says 5 times the initial buy. Sorry. Now from this point of time, now this cover is bought already. The price could go up or go down. So if the price goes above this one, it's going to be starting the process of taking profit. Now my take profit is here. It's common for all of them. This is for the initial buy and for the other covers as well. Now this is the first difference between the moving average and the SBS. The SBS, you have the same take profit for the independence and for the initial buy as well. So if the price goes up to, let's take the price going down. If the price goes down, in this case, what's going to happen? Nothing. Why? Because I have only cover 1. I don't have cover 2 in the system. So if it keeps on going down, the bot is just quiet, because it sees that the price right now is lower than cover 1. So I don't have any cover set. So I'm not going to buy anything. I'm not going to do anything in the market. I'm going just to wait for the price to go up again and go above the last cover that I have in the system, which is cover 1. In this case, the cover 1. It goes above that by, so this is the price point. It has to go above that by the take profit parameter, which is 5%. So if it goes above that by 5%, then this is the time for the bot to start taking profit for this cover, which is cover 1, $250 or USDT worth of a coin. But it has to wait also for a retracement of 1%. So if it goes above that one, it waits until the price goes down by minus 1% from the highest point. This is the highest point, it goes to minus 1%. Then this is the point which is going to be selling this cover 1. And now, when it sells cover 1 or any cover, now this applies to all the covers. It depends on how many covers you have in the system or have you programmed for the bot. So as soon as it sells this, it's going to be recognizing profit. Let's say, just again, for the sake of example, that the profit that was made in this trade is, let's say $20, 20 USDT, just as an example. This is the profit. Now, my setting says that 50% of profit is going to be kept as profit and 50% is going to be used for something else. Now, this something else is not pulling down the average price anymore because they don't have average price. This is SBS. Now, let me write this one here. It's SBS, sliding blockchain strategy. So 50% of the 20 USDT is 10 USDT. This is profit. Have to keep it as profit. Now the other 50%, which is again $10 or 10 USDT, this is used in a virtual tank. So the SBS works in the principle of a virtual tank. So let's say my virtual tank is here. So this 10 USDT goes to this virtual tank. Let's call it virtual tank. So now I have $10. And any profit that we get in this down market below cover 1, 50% of that is going to be added to this tank. So how am I going to be using this tank to my benefit to try to close this top trade? So now in the sliding blockchain, how the bot is working is it's going to be using the 50% of the profit to try to close the top positions as soon as possible, because we're keeping in mind that top position, if the price is going down, I'm losing value of that position as the price goes down, because I don't know how far the price can go. So it's wise to try to close that position in profit as soon as possible. So the bot is going to be measuring every time we have a sell and we have a profit added to this virtual tank. The bot is going to be looking at the top open trade. In this case, it is the initial buy. So my initial buy here, let's take an example. Let's say we spent 50 USDT, right? My USDT is $50 or 50 USDT. And we said again, we have coins here, right? Let's say we bought 5 coins at this point of time. So what is my price? Then my average price, or my price where I bought this coin here, is the dollar amount divided by the coins. In this case, it's 50 divided by 5, then the answer is 10. This is my price. But I'm not going to be moving this price anymore or pulling it down because I want to close this position. So I'm going to be using this $10, or try to use this $10 to close this trade. Now, obviously, this point of time here, the price is lower than the initial buy. Let's just consider that the price right now is 45. The coin price is at 45, and the price here is, sorry, this is 10, it cannot be 45. Let's say the price right now is 9. This is the price. Sorry for my handwriting, but I'll try my best. 9, this is the price, okay, of the coin. Price, coin. Now, the logic of the bot, it's going to be looking at, okay, what if I close this position now? What if I sell these coins right now? How much USDT am I going to get? And the formula is like this. So I have, how many coins do I have? I have 5 coins. So 5 multiplied by the price right now, which is 9. That gives me, how much is that? Let's use the phone. 5 multiplied by 9. That means that gives me 45 USDT or dollar. Now, obviously, this amount, or this USDT amount, is lesser than what I spent at the beginning because the price is lower. But what if I use whatever I have in the virtual tank and I add it to this amount? Am I going to be in profit or not? So let's try. So I have 45, which I got from selling the coins on the top, plus whatever I have in the bank or the tank, the virtual tank. So I have 10 USDT. That means my total outcome is 45 plus 10 is 55. Now, the system is going to be comparing this outcome. Is it more or less than the initial amount that I used to buy that cover or buy that position? Now, obviously, this is more, but more by 5. So is it more than the take profit or less? So for 55 minus 50, that means it's 5. Is 5, how much percent of this 5? Sorry, this is 5 USDT. So 5 divided by the 50, that is 10%. So 10% is obviously more than the 5% take profit. Then at this point, close, sell this position and empty the virtual tank. This position is closed. I don't have initial buy anymore. Then my next one is going to be cover 1. I'm going to be looking at cover 1. And as I'm selling on the down market, those covers are going to be keep on adding on this virtual tank. And every time I use the funds in the virtual tank, it's emptied out, and then I keep on adding again into it. And then I tackle the cover 1. If I have cover 1 here, I do this comparison to cover 1, and then I close them one by one on the top. And what else the bot is doing is using this $50 budget to add one more cover at the down market. Let's say in this bot, I have 10 covers, up to cover 10. And the top cover was closed because of the virtual tank, because of the SBS strategy. Then it's going to be adding cover 11. The system automatically is going to be adding that. But what is the parameter? What are the parameters of cover 11, or the next cover is going to be added? Now this is called sliding cover, and the parameters of this sliding cover is defined on the bot settings. Let me go back and show you. Now these are the bot settings. If you see here, this is sliding cover. This is new. This is not in the moving average. So let's change the parameters of this. Let's say this is minus 5, and the times 5 pullback is 1%. So that means the new cover that's going to be added below cover 10 in this case is going to be having these parameters. It needs a drop of 5% from the previous cover, and the times are going to be 5 times, and the pullback is this much, and the key profit is this much. So as the market is fluctuating and going down, it's going to be cutting the top positions, closing them, and adding more covers in the down market, so that it's a kind of a dynamic MCR, dynamic market crash recovery. That's simply how the SBS works, and how it has, in my opinion, have more benefits than the sliding, the moving average, because you don't have to add funds from outside if the market goes down. It automatically adds for you covers from down. And it also reduces the risk, because if the price goes down deeply, you have already got trade of the top position. So you're not losing value of a top position that you opened at a higher price. You're cutting that before the market goes deeper and deeper into the market. And yeah, this is simply basically how the SBS should be working, and you will see that already. I think you already saw that, guys, in your accounts, especially the VIP Plus members who already had access to this. Okay, so let's see if there's any question about this. Any questions? Charles, if there are any questions in the chats, please let me know. And if anyone has a question, you can raise your hand and ask it.
Sure, no problem. Q&A time, folks, so feel free to raise your hand and we'll fill questions now. This call ends at 9 a.m. Eastern, so we have about 10 minutes. Come on in, Mazin.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Yeah, I'm just checking here with the regarding the sliding blockchain. I'm just trying to understand the logic behind it, and so I just ran one bot. Okay, I'm gonna give the bot ID, please, if you can check with me. Just I would like to understand the case based on what I'm having here. The bot ID is just a minute. This is it. Yes. Okay, it's a link. The bot ID is 1153 56 11 53 56. Can we just check on that? Because for example here, this bot reaches 30 something cover, and till that time, or till recently, actually it's for today, I sell few covers, but till this time it never moves or make any sliding from the 30 something covers. So is it something normal? That means that
there's no defined time or number of covers before it actually adds new covers, but let me have a look. Is it okay to share screen with your bot?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, perfect.
This is why I gave you the number directly.
Perfect. So let's have a look at that. This is, I think, a good example to look at for everyone to see how the sliding blockchain bot looks like. Actually, this is MAS. I need to go to the sliding blockchain. SBS. Actually, both are MAS.
Wow. No, it's both of them are SBS, which is 11 5356.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'm opening something else. My mistake. Let me just check it. Okay, can you give me the ID again? Looks like I did a mistake in typing.
Okay, it's 1153 56. Actually, there are two bots. There is another 57 actually. If you change the last number, I just did a small change and I just try to compare between them.
Okay, so this is the link bot, right?
Yeah, it's link bot. Now it's sold cover 29 recently, a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I can see that. It's covered 27 was sold. This is SBS. Yes, you're right. And now here, how do you see the amount in the tank? It says here it's called available profit. So this is the accumulated amount right now on the tank.
Okay, so the 2.2 is the available profit, or what is in the tank. Okay.
Yes, exactly, in the tank. So as it used it to close the top position, is going to be adding it here. So profit used is the profit that was used from the tank to close top positions. So right now, as you mentioned, you're right, it haven't used any of this to close any of the covers. And here it shows you the top position that were closed. How many top positions were closed? Is it only the initial buy or initial buy plus cover 1, cover 2, cover 3? In this case, we'll show 4 covers or 4 sliding covers created. And the sliding covers is how many covers were created down below the chain of the covers that you have. So it looks like it's still, I mean, when it adds this amount of 2, we can actually do the exercise right now. Now the price of the coin,
I would like to understand, because I'm feeling like it already closed 58 trades and still not yet slided.
Okay, let's do the math here. Now, market price. I'll take the market price as okay, 1 second, I'll just pause it for a second. This is okay, so I'll take this market price, which is the latest sell, because the action should have happened at this price. So this is the price of the coin, the current market price. I consider the current market price. And let's look at the initial buy of this cycle and see what are the parameters of that. Okay, for the sake of time, we'll only take this question, and other questions we might take them later on, because we're doing this exercise will take a little bit of time. Okay, so yeah, I can see multiple cells here with a small percentage each. Okay, this is the initial buy, so it should be looking at this cover and see if it can close it now. So let's take the details of this cover, the amount, the quantity, the amount of USDT that was used. Okay, so we have here, this is cover 1. So USDT used is this much, and coins bought is 1.155. Let's just copy and paste. And the price is this much. Just for a second, let's look at the settings of this bot just to have an idea of what settings you have. Okay, looks like you have your own settings. So the initial buy is at 7%, and the sliding cover is 0.14. That means when it sells, this one is going to be adding how many covers? It's going to be 7 covers, exactly, because the size of this is 0.14. 0.14 divided by 7 is 1. So, okay, it makes sense. You know why? Because the top position is 7%, and every other cover is 1%. So the amount of profit is not as much to close them fast. But as soon as it closes the top position, then everything becomes easy because you have smaller quantity. You've changed those 0.13. But let's do the math without assuming. Right now the price is this much, and the starting price is this much. How much is the drop? We don't have to care about that. So what if we sell now? Let's look at the tank also. How much do I have in the tank? Was 2.22. Now, the bot, as soon as this sell happened, the last sell at this price, is going to be looking at, okay, what if I sell now? If I sell the initial buy now. And the answer comes like this. Now, we have the initial buy is, how many coins do we have? This number of coins. We have to multiply it by the price right now, which is this one. That means how much am I getting? I'm getting 26.7 compared to 35 that was used to buy that cover, because the price is down. This is not the first step. Now the second step, how much do I have in the tank? I have 2.2 in the tank.
Adding both of them together.
Exactly. When I add them, total is this plus this. Now I'm getting only 28.9. Is it more than the initial buy? It's not more. So it's still not yet. Not yet. So the bot is working fine. So whenever this equation, the amount is equal, the total amount is equal to, or more, actually more than this amount, then this is the time is going to be closing the top position. But it has to be above that by the take profit parameter.
Not including profit. So my question is like, is it exactly equal?
No, including profit, including profit. Okay. Yes. Because if you take profit 1%, for example,
35.1 plus the 3% profit.
Yes, exactly. So 3%. Let's do the exercise now. 3% really quick. 3%. That means my profit is equal to 3%. Multiplied by this, and it's 1 point something. So that means it's going to be looking at this amount, this plus this. If it is equal or more than this, then it's going to be closing the top position and adding 7 positions for you down below the chain and close that top position. So the bot is fine.